So, it is time for me to edit your raw photos. I asked you guys in my community tab to give me your favorite raw files, and I got quite a few. And in this video I'm gonna select some of them and edit them in my style. And obviously I am not the god of Lightroom or anything. I'm not that great at editing, and my style is usually to not spend that much time in each photo, just to like touch it up a bit. And this is what I'm gonna do in this video, and yeah, I hope you like the results. And I also want to mention that some of you didn't provide any information about yourself when you submitted the photos, so some of them might be anonymous. And some of you gave me your name or your Instagram handle or stuff, and in those cases I will display them while I edit that photo. So, let's dive into it. So here we have a nice butterfly, not completely sharp, but I usually start with exposure, trying to adjust that, and I can see here that I think that the eye is lacking some details. I'm gonna try to bring up the shadows a bit. And now we actually see that some of the colors are starting to come out. I kind of like the crop of this photo. I'm not sure I want to change that too much. Maybe I will do it like this so that we get less of this overexposed thing down here. Maybe we can actually bring down the highlights a bit to improve that. And let's see if we can, this. Now we're talking. Let's increase the colors a bit. And also let's see if we can maybe adjust the hue a bit of the colors to make it look more interesting. I like this green more. And let's see what we can do about the blue. Okay, now we're starting to get into the territory where it almost looks unnatural, and I want to avoid that, so let's not touch that too much. And yeah, I think I'm done. I think this is... No, wait. What I usually like to do as well is to add a little bit of vignettes. But in this case, actually I think I will add a light vignette and make it very subtle, like this maybe. Okay, so here we have the before and after. Yeah, I think I did some improvements. It looks a little bit more fun now, the picture. So we're gonna edit more photos, but first I wanna say that this video is sponsored by Skillshare, which is an online learning community where you can learn almost anything. I mostly go there to learn about photography and video editing. I love taking portraits of my family, but I'm not the greatest portrait photographer, so in that case, Skillshare is perfect. I recently took Ben Heath's class on portrait photography. He is one of the great, and it's such a nice feeling to just sit down for 20 minutes and watch a class. And when I am done with that, I immediately feel that I've learned at least 4 or 5 things that I can immediately use to take better portraits. And it's such a valuable thing, but still it's only less than $10 a month if you sign up for a year. And if you use my link below and you're one of the first 500, you actually get 2 months of premium Skillshare membership completely free. So you have nothing to lose, you have to try this. If you're into learning things, this is the place for you. And yeah, let's make 2020 the year where we up our skills, learn new things and develop as photographers. Thank you Skillshare for sponsoring. Now let's move on to the next photo. So here we have a beautiful butterfly. First thing I'm thinking is that maybe I want to adjust the crop a bit. I find this thing here a little bit distracting because I noticed my eye landed there pretty early. Let's try to bring some of that away and see. Yeah, I like this better. And I think I want to make it a little bit brighter, and I want to increase the whites because I think that they are not popping enough. Maybe like this. I don't want to overblow them. And let's see, yeah, I'm decreasing the highlights a bit to get some more detail in here. Okay, and let's try to decrease the blacks a little bit, and increase the whites even more. Okay, I don't quite like the green here. It's not, I understand that this is probably how it looked in reality, but I would like it to look a little bit more nice. So let's see if we can, here. Now it's more in harmony, I think, with the butterfly. And let's also see if we can increase the saturation without making, no, I don't think we can do that. Let's not touch that too much. I think this photo would need a little bit of vignette. I really love adding vignette to photos, especially when they are a bit dark, because I find that very often it kind of leads your eyes more into the center of the frame, and in this case that is exactly what we want to do. I think actually to improve the photo, let's have a bit of vignette. I'm still not quite sure about the colors. Let's try this. Adjusting the white balance. And maybe we can just, for fun, try the picker to see what happens. No, I think we want it a bit more yellow. Like this. And let's go at the greens again. Something like... Yeah, now I decreased, like as you see, I quite often just try random things when I'm feeling stuck. Now I tried to decrease the saturation of the green colors, and I think that made an improvement. Let's see if we can play around with the colors of the butterfly a bit. Maybe something like that. And I want to come back to the green and see if we can decrease it even more in saturation. Alright, I think that's good. And let's see if we can... No, I don't want to add too much vignette. Alright. Okay, now let's see what we can do about the color of the flower here, if we can do anything about that. Maybe like this, because I don't want it to take too much focus from the actual butterfly. Okay, I think I'm done. I think I liked it. Let's compare before and after. Yeah, before it looked more natural, but now it's even more obvious that before the white balance was a bit off. It's too blue. Now I made it too yellow, but I think actually it made the photo look better. So I'm quite happy with that edit. Let's move on. Okay, here we have a ladybug. And this is actually not a raw file. I made one exception for this one. Let's see what we can do despite that. I find it too dark in the middle. I want to lift it. Maybe I will begin by lifting the shadows, like that. And also lift the exposure a bit. And now this became too overblown. Decrease the highlights. Something is off with the colors. Let me try the white balance picker. Now I like it more. Even though this might not be the most natural colors, I think this looks better. And also the background took on a pretty nice pinkish hue. Let's play a bit more with the colors. No, I think it actually was good before. Okay. And what you see now is kind of the problem with the working on JPEGs. These overblown sections here, the overexposed, I could probably have saved a lot more of that if this would have been a raw file. Unfortunately, it wasn't. As a final touch, I think I will try with some vignetting. Maybe something like that. And also I would like to see if I can adjust the color of the background a bit more to make it even more beautiful. no, I think I will leave it as it is. All right, I think I'm done. I think I made an improvement. I think the original crop was quite nice. I like having a lot of this beautiful background, which is soft and makes the subject stand out. Yeah, I'm quite happy with this edit. Let's move on. Wow, this is a very beautiful photo. Like, there is not much for me to do here. I really like it. I would be happy if I took such a photo. It's also really sharp and nice. What I find though is that this part here distracts me a little bit. And also in general, when you photograph an animal or a person or an insect, it is nice to leave some more space towards the side where it is looking and less space behind. So let's try to crop away the black part there. I think that's an improvement. Also, I think it could be slightly brighter, like that. And I want to decrease the highlights a bit so that we get more detail in these lighter areas. Increasing whites a little bit to give it a little bit more pop. Let's see if we can, yeah, let's bring down the blacks a bit also so that we get these to stand out a bit more. And maybe we can add more texture, like that, so that we can see all the beautiful details here in the shell. Already really happy with this one. Maybe it actually is too saturated. I'm gonna bring it down just a touch. And what can we do here with the tone? No, I don't want to touch that. It was good as it was. I think, like, I feel tempted to play around with more settings, but this photo was so great as it was from the beginning, so I think I will leave it here. Really nice shot. And let's compare before and after. Yeah, I think I lifted it a little bit, made it pop a little bit, and yeah, I'm happy with this edit. Let's move on. Here we have another very beautiful shot of a spider. Incredibly well exposed. I feel like this barely needs any editing at all. It is great as it is, but I'm gonna try anyway to see if I can make it a little bit better. Make it slightly brighter, and as before, I think this black part here kind of distracts a little bit. My eyes are going towards it when it should go towards the spider, so I'm gonna cut away a bit of that. And actually, while I'm at it, I think I will make this a square like this, and as again, more space in front than behind. Okay, I like that. I think this was an improvement with this crop, and maybe we can add a little bit, lifting the whites and decreasing the blacks to create a little bit more contrast. But I think it's pretty good. I think this is a typical photo that would benefit from some vignette. At least I find that effect beautiful on a photo like this, because it yeah, it makes you focus even more on the main subject, which is in the middle, and it kind of frames the whole shot, which makes the whole thing look a bit better. So yeah, a bit of vignette, and I'm happy with it. Nice shot. Let's compare before and after. Yeah, I mean, not a huge difference that I made, but sometimes it's good to like just slightly adjust the framing and whites and blacks and so on. I'm happy with it. Let's move on. And here we have a beautiful bee. Let's see what we can do. There are a few things I want to try about this image. First of all, I think it is aligned a bit wrong. I think it would benefit if we rotated it slightly so that the bee is more in line with the frame. And also, like, we're losing a bit here of the parts around, but I actually was going to crop them away anyway, so let's see. I think this is better. Now it's even more focused on the B. And it suffers a little bit from low contrast here. Maybe the photographer was using extension tubes and maybe they were glaring on inside. But let's see what we can do about that. I'm gonna bring down the highlights so we get more detail here. I'm gonna increase the contrast slightly. And I'm gonna try the dehaze. It's hard to... Let's try clarity. Yeah, maybe that was a slight improvement. Let's see if the white balance is good. I adjusted it slightly by using the color picker here. And let's see if we can bring up the shadows a little bit to get a little bit more of that background. Actually, I think in this case I want to do like this. I want to lift the shadows, but only around it, like that, and not on the B itself. Okay, I think it needs a little bit more cropping from the left here. We can lose that thing so that we don't get distracted. Yeah, I'm starting to like it a bit more. Still though, contrast is not like perfect. So just the nuance here of the yellow, no, that did not make it better. I think I might be done here. I think this is as good as I can get it. Let's just cut away that part a bit. Yeah, now I'm happy. Let's compare before and after. Yeah, not a huge difference, but I think I managed to lift the details a bit so we see more of them and increase the contrast a bit so it doesn't look as hazy. So I'm pretty happy with this edit. Let's move on. Oh, I like this one. Mysterious and very up close. Still with lots of detail here in the eyes. Really nice photo. I think we can do some good things with this one. I'm gonna increase the exposure so we see more of the eye. I'm gonna try to see if we can play around a little bit with the white balance here. Find the right level. Usually I like just using the picker on different parts that should possibly be gray to see what results it gives. In this case, I think this could be good. Just increasing the contrast slightly and adjusting the tint a bit more towards the pinkish side. And let's see what happens if we... Yeah, maybe that is a slight improvement. What I would like to do now is to play around with the colors. They are really beautiful as they are, so it might be that we're not finding any improvements, but I want to see if I can make the yellow even more strong. Like that. And I would also like to see what happens if we try to adjust the nuance of the pink parts. Yeah, I think it was really good as it was, but I think this looks even better. I mean, many of the things I'm doing here is like purely subjective. Might be things that I think look good that other people might not think look good. And Finally, I would like to try actually to see what happens if we put a vignette here. No. It was good as it was. And about the framing, I think it is pretty good. Possibly if we could cut away a little bit from the left here. Not sure if that was an improvement or not. But I'm happy with it now. I don't think I changed too much, but I think, yeah, I think it's an improvement, even though the original picture was really good as it was. I'm happy with this edit. Let's move on. Very beautiful photo of a bee. Perhaps the same one as in the last photo. Gonna increase the shadows a bit to get more detail here in the face. And also I think I would like to crop away that part to make the photo more about the bee. And also gonna crop in a little bit here just to see how it looks. I think this is nice. Now we're getting more up close to the bee and it's more like a portrait. And I like actually the contrast between the flowers here and the background and the bee itself. Let's see. Let's see if we can do something about the colors or if they are good as they are. Making the new ones of the flowers a bit more vivid. And see if I can do something about the bee's colors. Make the yellow a bit more strong. Something like that maybe. And finally, let's see if we can throw on some vignetting like that. And also I would like to try to just crop it even more. And I think I want the vignettes to be more towards the edges like that. See what we can do about the white balance. Yeah, that's better. But maybe I want it slightly colder. Like that. Now I'm happy. Now I think it's good. So let's compare before and after. Yeah, not a huge difference, but I like my edit. Maybe it is a bit too yellow. Maybe like that. Now it's good. Let's move on to the next photo. Okay, so here we have a very cute jumping spider. First thing I'm thinking is it is slightly overexposed, or at least some parts. Let's bring down the highlights a bit. Let's play around with the exposure in general. Let's see if we can bring up the whites again to have some more detail. Or make it pop. Yeah, like that maybe. And let's play around with the white balance, something I very often do. Let's try the color picker here. Like that. I think it's very beautiful that the legs are standing out in their own color, making for a beautiful color contrast. Adjusting the curve here a bit to make the photo more dynamic. And let's see what we can do about the colors here of the legs. Make them pop out even more. And we have some green here in the eyes. Can we do something about that? Okay, I think that's quite good. Not sure about the framing of this picture. Maybe we can play around with it to see if we can crop a bit. Maybe something like that. And this is an example of a picture that I think would benefit from some vignetting. So let's go for it. Something like that. Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with it. Let's see before and after. Yeah, I'm happy with this edit. Very nice shot. Okay, that's it for this video. I'm really sorry that I didn't have time to go through all the pictures that I got sent to me and edit them. I had to limit it a bit, so I picked some of my favorites, or the ones that had the greatest potential to become better by some editing. Thank you all for sending in your raw files to me. It was a lot of fun, and if this video becomes popular, maybe if it gets a lot of likes, hint hint, or comments, hint hint, I might do more of them. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to go to my website at mwroll.com to check out my photos and to sign up for my free inspiration newsletter. Thanks for watching again. Over and out. Bye.